I should really get a tripod at some point. Okay, finally. So, hey, welcome back to another, video, I guess, of Friday Night Ramblings. I mean, it's technically past midnight, so it's Saturday, but oh well, if I'm not as high energy as usual, it's because it's late, and I don't want to wake up anyone. So, if you've, seen my videos for a while, you probably would have noticed I seem to have an interest in horror. And while I mainly only talked about horror video games, primarily Resident Evil franchise, I'm milking those videos. I also really like horror movies. I have a huge stack of them right here, and it's a genre I really enjoy, you know, because horror is just, it's so unique. You can do so many things with it, and one of those weirdos who likes getting scared, but then kind of regrets it when I'm sitting on the bed here and just wondering what kind of monstrous creeps are on the other side of the room. But kind of getting beside the point. So what am I here to talk about again? Well, regarding the endings of horror movies. Now, what's so interesting about the ending? It's about the journey, not the destination. Well, a lot of horror movie endings kind of suck. Let me explain why. So, the primary goal of a horror movie is to, you know, scare you. But in order to do this, many movies have the shitty ending where, so characters encounter a problem with an entity. They try to fight back. In the end, completely throw logic out the window to make sure that each and every character dies. You know what I'm talking about, right? Can I have a bad ending for the sake of having a bad ending? And I know it's supposed to scare you, but it pisses me off more than actually terrify. Because while it may be scary on paper, I'm here to watch a movie as well. Sure, getting scared is a huge part of watching a horror movie, but when the movie just ends in the screw you, nothing matters, everyone's dead, it's more annoying than anything else. So what should horror movies do? Just end with everyone dancing to the sunset? Not exactly. I mean, I guess that could work here and there, like in the Babadook. That kind of had a sort of cheerful ending, but it really worked in the context of the film and the themes. But here's an interesting alternate option. Now, let me bring a word that has been thrown around like crazy for a while. I don't know. Ambiguity. Now, what is ambiguity? Well, it's basically when something's open to interpretation. Some call it pretentious. Personally, I usually really like it. So, we're gonna kinda... One second. So we're gonna get off the topic of movies for a second. I wanna mention a book I borrowed from the library. Yes, I'm that person. Don't judge me. Called, Through the Woods. Now, what is this? It's like kind of a comic book anthology of horror shorts. And it's pretty creepy. But I noticed a lot of similarities between these shorts. I don't think I've read all of them thoroughly, but I did skim through most of them. It's this so-called ambiguity I mentioned a little earlier. So there's this one story in this book. Sorry, the camera cut up again. So I was talking about this one story in Through the Woods. Basically some sort of reimagining of Little Red Riding Hood. But this time this girl's like trying to visit her mom or something. And, you know, she's warned of, you know, the big bad wolf. You know, spooky, right? But the thing is, she actually reaches her mom's house quite fine in one piece, you know? That's pretty neat. But then we have this slightly spooky page where we see the wolf peering in from outside and saying some creepy stuff, and it kind of ends with a close-up of the wolf. Everything else is dark. It's pretty scary. Because the thing is, the story never goes out of its way to tell us how it ends, just like many of the short stories in this collection, which I find more scarier than, you know, throwing subtlety out the window. Like, if the story ended with this girl just getting ripped to shreds, I would have been like, this again. But the fact that it just ends with a close-up of this wolf's face with some very spooky things coming out of his mouth, it scares me, you know? Because with ambiguity, you don't know what's going to happen. So your imagination takes over, and then you start... you don't know what to expect. And as that overused saying goes, people fear what they don't understand. And who knows, maybe the wolf just wanted a hug or something. He was really lonely. Maybe wanted to ask if the girl had a chicken drumstick or something. So what's the whole point of this little ramble? I think ambiguity's pretty cool. It's definitely a great alternative to the whole bad ending that we're so used to, and me. How do I this desynthesize? I can't say that word. I'm gonna put it on screen now. And I think this can be used as a more great. This can be a better way to kind of scare the audience instead of just violently killing everyone off. Maybe suggest something, because the reason why I'm making this video is actually a movie I saw quite a while back. Let me get it out here. Okay, do I even have it here? Oh, yeah. Okay, you can't see the exact movie because it's part of a 5-movie collection. But it's called The Last Exorcism. Great film, fantastic concept, pretty good acting, and all-around creepy film. So like the first 75% of the film, I'm going to get into spoilers by the way, is really ambiguous. You're not sure if this girl's actually possessed by a girl or if she has some issues, but by the time the last 10 minutes come, it's revealed, oh, there's a cult this whole time, and now everyone's dead. And that just kind of irked me because it came out of nowhere. It didn't make any sense. It just felt like they needed to have a grim ending, like I said, for the sake of having a grim ending. And it's frustrating, and this isn't the only good horror film with a shitty ending. I can mention other examples. Primarily Sinister comes to mind. Great film, bad ending. And I think Ambiguity, like I said, is such a better option compared to just killing everyone off, you know? Because a lot of the time, this so-called grim ending, it kind of undoes all the character progression that has happened to these characters. It's like a really easy way for the writers to kind of end the film, you know? So what I'm saying is, hopefully horror films kind of stop this trend of grim endings for the sake of grim endings. I'm not saying all grim endings are bad. For example, in Hereditary, I really like that ending because it came full circle with the themes of the film and how this kind of inescapable cult that's been watching the family the whole time. Spoiled Hereditary. Sorry about that. And yeah, overall, I like horror. That's why I'm complaining about it. And you should check out Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. It's pretty creepy, and it's bound to keep you up at night. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully, something I said made sense. Like, hopefully I wasn't just speaking gibberish. Hopefully, despite all that, you still enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See ya.